Meanwhile, Mason getting started behind him. De Souza knifes a finish. Great snap off the top for the Hawaiian wildcard. Full rail car for Mason Ho. De Souza now realizes Mason's got a healthy looking track lining up ahead of him. Taps that whitewater, needs something major to finish. Drills it again with a little tail drift. And now Mason steps on the front side float. He'll cover more ground. Onto the inside and a wrap. Mason now putting it together for the finish on the beach and just runs out of room.
Wow.
What a solid effort, coming up with double shakas. We love this wild card moment for Mason Ho again, trying to upset a world champion as we're into the final minute.
All right, 2 questions. First question, did De Souza better his situation? Second question is, if he did, what would Mason Ho then need? At the moment, Mason needing a 6.13. De Souza looking at improving on that 6.33, which honestly I think he's done.
Impressive.
So I think Mason's going to be looking for something up in that mid 7-point range.
De Souza already hanging out with the fans on the beach that were making a ton of noise for him through every single maneuver through this matchup. We still have 20 seconds on the clock, but no surfers in the lineup as the judges are breaking it down.
De Souza's wave. Nice, clean, beautiful turn right there from De Souza. So scores dropping in for De Souza's last ride, Joe.
We'll check out those numbers. Remember, he had the 6.33 early. He got the 6.73 with that creative approach down the line. And the lucky part for Mason Ho, the wave behind it had a solid wall. He had a beautiful start, clean style and rhythm. We're seeing that 4.0 long gone, and then the inside section stretched out. He ended down at Winky Pop.
Yep.
Mason felt good about that.
That was one of the longest waves we've seen. Not that length of ride is part of the criteria anymore. So looks like De Souza is going to improve by quite a bit, Joe. That 6.33 Gonski. 7.60. Now Mason Ho needing a 7.41. Was Mason Ho's wave better than De Souza's?
That's what we're about to find out.
Well, let's have a look at that replay maybe, and we'll kind of have a quick look, because this was the wave behind De Souza. Mason Ho off the bottom. Beautiful snap right there. Ho starting to feel it. Draws off the bottom. Beautiful elongated carving maneuver. That's classic bell surfing right there. A little bit of downtime right now. Mason waiting. Comes off the bottom. Little foam climb. He sees more down the line. Bangs it through the lip there. So a series of big turns from Mason Ho. Floats the boat to finish. And there's that happy face from Mason Ho. 7.41, Joe. What's your initial feeling?
That initial feeling was that was such a fun ride to watch. Compared to De Souza, he's got a completely different rhythm, but I think it'd be a fair answer. I could easily see the judges going in Mason's favor here.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that was to me, that was the best wave of the heat. Just the line it had, the maneuvers he got in the open face, you know, back-to-back turns. There was no mistakes involved really. Finished off all the way through the inside. That thing just kept giving him more and more and more as it went down the line.
And he had a great connection out the back with beautiful carves, a lot of speed, power, and flow as well.
That opening turn was beautiful. Right here, Joel Parkinson would be proud of that maneuver right there. Scores dropping through, Joe.
Mason Ho, the wild card from the North Shore of Oahu, gets an 8.17. Right at the buzzer and gets the big finish, and it looks like Rosie's catching up with the wild card as he's running up the stairs.
To let him know. Well, Mason, we are always so entertained by you. I know his caddy's been a massive help for him throughout the day. Lady Luck, you got to keep it for tomorrow. Mason, you told me earlier that you like to keep competitive surfing right on the top of the list of priorities, so you have goals to work towards. This must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels really good just to do good in front of all these cool people. I love coming down to Bells, and sorry I spilled my heart all over out there, but my little lady luck, Bella, she's got me through last year and got me through some today, and my dad and my sister and everybody.
And obviously your sister and your dad have been watching on. What advice have they given you before you paddle out for these heats?
Well, Dad won't keep quiet. He's always like every 40 seconds he's got new advice, and so I take some of that. And then Coco, she always tells me good stuff that I always tell her, but I gotta like practice what I preach. So.
All right, Mason, we're so stoked to see you make it through to round number 4. Stick around, that is the last heat of the day, and we will be catching up with Ronnie, Ross, and Peter Mel on the WSL Post Show.